Welcome to Motivational Humanity. You are not alone.
What if I told you your next chapter doesn't need to look like your last? That everything you've been through, every heartbreak, every silence, every too late, was actually preparation, and that there's one small habit, just 1% of effort each day, that can rewrite your story after 45. I once sat with a woman who told me, "Brene, I think I've already lived my best years." She was 48. Her kids were grown, her career felt like routine, and her reflection in the mirror no longer sparked recognition. You could hear the exhaustion in her voice, the kind that comes from giving too much and receiving too little. But then she said something that stopped me. "I don't even know who I am without being useful to everyone else." And I thought, isn't that the quiet truth for so many women after 45? We spend decades holding everyone together. The family, the deadlines, the birthdays, the heartbreaks. Until one day we realize we've lost touch with the woman who used to dream. But here's the thing: that woman isn't gone. She's waiting, patiently, fiercely, for you to make just 1% space for her every single day. When was the last time you did something that was just for you? Not for approval, not for validation, not to fix or please. But because your soul whispered, "This is me." Maybe it's journaling for 5 quiet minutes. Maybe it's walking without your phone. Maybe it's saying no without guilt. That's what 1% looks like. Tiny acts of courage that rebuild the bridge back to yourself. Because real transformation after 45 doesn't come from massive leaps. It comes from micro moments of truth, small, steady promises that remind you, "I am still becoming." And yes, it's terrifying to start again when the world tells you your best days are behind you. But vulnerability, the willingness to begin again imperfectly, is the birthplace of the second, stronger version of you. I once sat across from a woman who carried the kind of quiet exhaustion that doesn't come from sleepless nights, but from years of being everything to everyone. She was 48, successful by all the world's standards, a career, a family, a home that looked perfect on the outside. But as she spoke, I could feel that familiar tremble in her voice. That subtle ache of someone who's been holding it all together for far too long. She said, "Brene, I think I've already lived my best years." And it broke my heart a little because I could see the truth behind her words. Not because they were true, but because she believed them. She talked about how life had started to feel small, predictable, routine. How every morning felt like pressing repeat on a life she no longer felt connected to. She wasn't bitter, just quietly grieving the woman she used to be. The one who used to have dreams taped to the fridge. The one who used to believe in someday. And then she said something that stopped me cold. "I don't even know who I am without being useful to everyone else." That sentence hit me like a wave because I knew she wasn't alone. So many of us, especially women after 45, carry that same invisible weight. We've spent years showing up for everyone else, doing the right things, keeping things steady, smiling through disappointment, swallowing our own needs because we thought strength meant silence. But here's the truth I wish someone had told us earlier. You don't lose yourself all at once. You lose yourself in 1,000 quiet moments of self-abandonment. When you say, "I'm fine," but you're not. When you silence your truth because it might make someone uncomfortable. When you put your joy on hold because everyone else comes first. And that's why the next chapter of your life, the one waiting beyond 45, doesn't begin with a grand plan or a radical transformation. It begins with something small, almost invisible. A single moment of self-honoring. That's the 1% habit that changes everything. It's not glamorous. It's not dramatic. It's not something you post about. It's quiet, humble, consistent. It's the choice to take 5 minutes in the morning for yourself. To breathe, to journal, to stretch, to simply be. It's saying no when your body is tired. It's choosing to go for that walk instead of scrolling through someone else's life online. It's giving yourself permission to exist, not as a mother, a wife, a leader, a fixer, but as you. Because when you start showing up for yourself in these small, faithful ways, you start sending a new message to your soul. I am worth my own time. I am not behind. I'm beginning again. I am still capable of wonder. And the woman I spoke with, she started practicing her 1%. writing 1 page in her journal every night before bed. At first, she said it felt silly, pointless even, but slowly, that small act became her anchor. Within months, she felt something shift. She started laughing again. She started walking at sunrise just to feel alive. She started dreaming about what her next chapter could look like. Not someone else's "let me ask you something." When was the last time you truly did something for yourself? Not because someone else expected it. Not because it would make you look impressive, not to check a box, but because your heart quietly, insistently whispered, "This is for you." I want you to sit with that question for a moment, because most of us can't answer it easily. We're so accustomed to giving, to prioritizing work, family, friendships, obligations, that self-care feels indulgent, almost selfish. But here's the paradox. The truth is, when you stop showing up for yourself, you stop showing up fully for anyone else. Imagine a life where you allow yourself just 1% of attention every day, one intentional act that honors who you are at your core. Maybe it's journaling your thoughts for 10 minutes in the morning, allowing yourself to explore the quiet spaces in your mind without judgment. Maybe it's taking a walk alone, breathing in the air and remembering what it feels like to just be, without expectation. Maybe it's pausing before saying yes to someone, and instead asking yourself, do I really want this? These small acts seem almost invisible at first. They don't make headlines. No one claps for them. But they begin to rewire something fundamental inside you. They teach your nervous system that you are worthy of your own attention, your own care, your own love. And here's the thing. Consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need a dramatic change overnight. You don't need a reinvention that scares you out of your skin. You only need tiny, deliberate, repeated choices that whisper to yourself, I am here, I matter. I will not disappear into the needs of others alone. Because when you practice this kind of radical, daily self-honoring, it starts to ripple outward. You notice your energy shifts. You set boundaries more naturally. You speak your truth with less fear. You begin to show up more fully, not only for yourself, but for the people and experiences that truly deserve your presence. This is the quiet, steady power of vulnerability. It is not loud, it is not flashy, it is simple, and yet it is transformative. Each small act of courage, each tiny moment where you prioritize yourself, sends a signal to your brain and your heart. I am allowed to exist as I am, and I am capable of stepping into the next chapter of my life. Here's the part that often surprises women after 45A. Transformation doesn't begin with a dramatic leap or a monumental decision. It begins quietly, almost imperceptibly, with tiny choices that honor your own worth. When you commit to just 1% growth every single day, something remarkable starts to happen. Your brain begins to relearn trust in yourself. Think about it. For decades, many of us have been taught to measure our value by how much we do for others, by how invisible our sacrifices remain, by how little we take up space. And over time, that conditioning leaves us questioning ourselves, doubting our instincts, and shrinking quietly in the shadow of what the world expects. But when you practice this 1% habit, taking just a small, consistent step toward your own truth, you start rewiring those old patterns. Each tiny act of self-respect, of self-care, of honest reflection sends a profound message to your mind and body. I am worth showing up for. I am allowed to exist fully. My dreams still matter. Psychologists call this emotional compound interest. One small act of courage may seem inconsequential today, but repeated daily, it accumulates into resilience, confidence, and clarity. Those moments build a bridge from fear to curiosity, from hesitation to boldness, from exhaustion to presence. And here's a truth I've witnessed again and again. Vulnerability is the secret ingredient. Showing up for yourself doesn't always feel safe. It often feels uncomfortable, even scary. Because when you step into your own needs, you confront the voices that say it's too late or you've already missed your chance. And yet, it's in those exact moments, in the willingness to feel that fear and still move forward, that transformation is born. By practicing this 1% habit, you start reclaiming your narrative. You begin to recognize that your worth is not defined by the roles you've played or the expectations you've met, but by the simple, radical act of being present for yourself. You start trusting your intuition, setting boundaries without guilt, and reconnecting with the dreams you thought had been lost. So here's the invitation I want to give you today. Don't wait for a perfect moment, a grand plan, or a dramatic sign from the universe. Don't wait for the someday that never comes. Start with 1%. One small act of courage, one intentional choice, one moment that is purely for you. That's all it takes. It might feel almost invisible at first. It might feel insignificant. You may even doubt whether it matters. But here's the truth: the smallest consistent actions, done with care and intention, are the ones that shape our lives in ways we never imagined. They are the quiet footsteps that lead us out of fear and into self-trust. They are the first bricks of the foundation for a life that is authentically yours. Maybe today it's saying no to something that drains your energy. Maybe it's picking up a journal and writing down your thoughts without judgment. Maybe it's simply pausing to breathe, to feel, to reconnect with yourself. Whatever it is, honor it, protect it, repeat it, and then do it again tomorrow. That is how change grows. That is how the next chapter begins. I want you to imagine looking back a year from now. Imagine noticing the subtle shifts, the moments where you chose yourself, where you honored your own needs, where you reclaimed a little more of your courage, your joy, your voice. You won't remember each small act, but you will feel the transformation. You will feel the difference in how you show up, in how you carry yourself, in how fully alive you feel. And here's the most beautiful part: you don't have to do it alone. You can reach out for support, share your journey, and allow yourself to be seen. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the gateway to connection, resilience, and true freedom. When you choose yourself, you also inspire others to choose themselves. Your courage becomes contagious. So start today. Start now. Pick one 1% habit that will honor who you are and commit to it. Protect it fiercely, celebrate it quietly, and watch as your next chapter unfolds, not because it's perfect, but because it's real, because it's yours. Because you finally remembered that you were never too late, never too small, never too ordinary to create a life that feels meaningful, brave, and deeply alive. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not next week, today. The 1% habit begins here. The next chapter begins here. And I promise you, once you take that first step, everything changes. One small, courageous step at a time. You will own your life, your joy, your story. And you will finally see how powerful you truly are. Don't chase transformation. Choose 1%. Just one small act of self-respect. One honest conversation. One boundary honored. One dream revisited. Start there. Because that 1%, that tiny, quiet, daily decision is what turns someday into this day. And when you look back a year from now, you'll see what I see in every brave soul who begins again after 45A, a woman who didn't give up. She woke up. Soft outro music fades in, slow piano and light strings. If this spoke to your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Motivational Humanity, your safe space for emotional healing, courage, and real growth after 45. You belong here. And your next chapter starts right now.